My, how time flies. It's been 10 years since Revenge of the Sith closed off the prequels chapter, meaning it's time to resurrect this potentially phenomenal franchise and turn it into a force to be reckoned with. Which capable filmmaker will be ushering in this new age of galactic adventures? Is it Cameron? Spielberg? Maybe they'll consult Lucas and let him finally execute his superior vision. No, they handed this golden goose to J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy. And if you thought these two boneheads could possibly create anything remotely entertaining, strap in, dear viewer, cause we're going down at light speed. The film revolves around a group of rebels who must fight the First Order, a new faction which rose from the ashes of the Empire and stop them from using a powerful planet-destroying weapon. Now, where have I seen that before? The problems start with the trailer. In Return of the Jedi, which still stands as the best Star Wars film, Luke dresses in all black, but doesn't cover his face, putting his superior Caucasian visage on full display. Force Awakens has the exact inverse. We see a stormtrooper in usual white uniform, but he removes his helmet and is revealed to be one of
the blacks.
This is a clear sign that the new films are determined to utterly destroy any legacy the older movies might have carefully built. Pay attention, dear viewer, because there's many a metaphor for the plot to destroy the franchise. The First Order rose from the ashes of the Empire, the same way these sequels are nothing but the burnt leftovers of a better franchise. An X-Wing is destroyed in the very first act, symbolizing how Kathleen Kennedy and Brie Larson intend to destroy everything that was good about Star Wars. When the TIE fighters crash in the desert, scavengers immediately start the looting, just like how Disney couldn't help picking Star Wars corpse for leftovers instead of letting it rest. The Force is woke now indeed. But Boozer, you charismatic Caucasian chronicler, you forgot about Kylo Ren, a straight white male who's not only a high-ranking member of the First Order, he's also incredibly powerful in the Force. I mean, just look at that cool stunt he pulls with a blaster shot. Well, dear inattentive viewer, let's see what else he gets up to. Ah yes, because every straight white man is a tantrum-throwing man-child. But that's not the worst part. And you know this was coming. The absolute worst, most inexcusable, utterly woke part of Force Awakens. Rey! She's a total Mary Sue and the living embodiment of pandering to modern audiences. She's a tracker, a pilot, a capable fighter, and knows a thing or two about fixing starships, apparently.
Electrical overload.
I can fix that. Try transferring auxiliary power to secondary tank.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
The old Star Wars would never give us a skilled mechanic who grew up on a desert planet, discovered they have strong force abilities, and gets trained to become a Jedi. Nope, not in the good old days. The only Star Wars tradition she follows is that of presenting unappealing women as attractive, just like Princess Limited Warranty. I mean, where am boobs?
Where are they?
Was Sydney Sweeney unavailable? Wait, how old was she in 2015? 18? I mean, that's legal, right?
He was into the barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls.
Let me change that before Brie Larson ties me to those non-existent Epstein files. Was Alexandra Daddario unavailable? I mean, come on, man, I can't fap to this.
You're killing my boner.
Rey's also not much of a hero. Most main characters who kill for the first time immediately show remorse. She just treats it like the first time I had a shot of whiskey.
Please, sir. I want some more.
In another flex, her force powers are suddenly strong enough to mind trick a stormtrooper. But of course it can't be just any random stormtrooper. No, this one is played by Daniel Craig. Because what better way to establish your girl as a strong female character than to have her boss around James Bond? She also gets her hand on Luke's old lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back, which was Anakin's old lightsaber, strongly implying Rey might be Luke's daughter. Because God forbid the straight white male main character have a son to carry on his legacy. Rey is also able to defeat Kylo Ren, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, he's a total soy boy, and he was injured by a bowcaster, but he's also a straight white male who's been training for years. The only reason he could possibly lose to Rey is because of the agenda. I'll give her one thing though. She sees Finn and immediately makes an educated guess.
What's your hurry, thief?
What? Thief?
Speaking of which, Rey teams up with the Stormzy trooper who now goes by the name Finn. This DEI casting is so ridiculous that even the actor had a hard time believing it.
Stay calm, stay calm. I am calm. I'm talking to myself.
The movie not only has Finney Set play an integral part in the story, he's even allowed to hold a lightsaber. A lightsaber he challenges Kylo Ren with, but then he suddenly goes to sleep. He probably got the itis from eating too much fried chicken. When he starts wielding a weapon around, it almost looked like the franchise was going to make him the new Jedi character. But the film subverts our expectations, and it's revealed to be Rey. Not much of a choice between the two of them. She's a woman, but at least she's got good genes. Some fans tried to ship Finn and Rey, but that's as ridiculous as the casting. We all know the brothers only go for them chubby white girls. Finney Cent's nemesis is Captain Phasma, a woman whose good genes are hidden from the audience's view, and because she's a woman, her armor is shiny silver. Even strong female characters need to accessorize, don't you know? Luckily, there's an even bigger villain working behind the scenes, and yeah, he may be deformed, but he also looks pretty white. I can't wait to see what the sequels have in store for him. As for the First Order itself, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something quite appealing about their aesthetic. Even though it consists of fleets of white men being ordered around by a black man who's in charge. Now, where have I seen that before? Just imagine how cool it could have been if we'd seen the reverse this time around. To tick off more boxes, the character taking the place of Han Solo is Poe Dameron. He's played by Oscar Isaac, who was the most cast Latino actor until Pedro Pascal came along. Speaking of Han, despite the original trilogy's hate boner against the straight white male, they can never get rid of him. Even here, he's the voice of male supremacy. Rey solves the ship's hyperspace problem, and he scoffs at her. Then he compliments Finney Cent for patching up Chewie.
Good job, kid. Thanks.
Yeah, he's one of
the blacks,
but he's still a man. Besides, we've always been taught to be polite to the help. But now that Kathleen Kennedy's got a hold of the franchise, Han Solo is killed in such a weak sauce way, it makes Boba Fett's death look like he'll end up in Valhalla with Kash Patel. And you know what? It was probably all Brie Larson's idea. But Kylo too looks like he'll be subverting some expectations. At this point, he's more Luke than Vader. He's dressed in all black but removes his helmet, putting his superior Caucasian visage on full display. For a moment, it looks as if he'll follow the same path as Luke in Return of the Jedi, getting down to business with some good old-fashioned white power. But because we're dealing with Kathleen Kennedy's minion, JJ There Is No Box Abrams, Ren becomes yet another metaphor. He's repeatedly wounded by Rey and is ultimately slashed across the face, leaving him disfigured, unrecognizable with little hope of ever being fully restored to his former glory. Just like the franchise. So Han's clocked out, Kylo's still in his soy boy phase, which leaves it to Luke to provide some proper straight white male representation, much like in Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, he's nowhere to be seen, and we're supposed to believe he went into hiding because of Soy Boy Ren. Since Rey can't make sense of the world outside her kitchen, she seeks out Luke for some much needed straight white male guidance. Hopefully, the next film will have him take over the reins, just like he did in Return of the Jedi, and take care of business. I can't wait to see what they get up to in The Last Jedi. But first, I'm gonna go watch Predator again. Ah, Predator. You don't need any legacy sequels. Alright, story's over. Get out.